Oh, get in here. CommenterNation, greatest nation, United Nations. Very simple. A very simple concept. And I mean, here's the thing. Very simple. Let's not make it more complicated. So I'm gonna make it simple. Who called the suspect that could contact these suspects? It's that simple. You know, one thing I realized, a lot of people try and add that there's a different angle stuff. No, I'm asking something simple. Who called the suspects? That's the biggest question. I mean, if we're thinking of who called them, it gets very simple. It gets very simple. The call had to come from somebody who was around, or else they wouldn't have contacted him. Let's think of gossip. Let's think of situational. Who called them? Who was making them calls like, yo, what up? Let's not think of it like a celebrity. That's too hard. Let's think of it as a normal person who's worth money being examined and exploited. Was someone trying to extort him? Was there something going on that caused a level of extortion that he did not rock with? Let's be real. He was hard up on his character enough to say, I'm just going to be played out like that. So what was going on? Who was calling Diedrich? Who called Trayvon Martin? Who called? You get me? And there's a lot of connections here. A lot of connections. The same people who come on and troll, slide off. We seen an uncle running. Riva Motorsports. You to date still have yet. No, I'm not accepting it. Oh, he was like family. Where's the memorabilia? And if you do have it, you better tell people it's because of me. I asked, we ain't got none. I plead the fifth. Are you an investigator? I ain't talking to you. You played that card. I didn't play that card. You did. That's simple. My goodness, they add so many layers. Who called the suspects? TheCzarr All Rights Reserve is working on uploads for you. They're going to be uploads, and I'm going to have them ready for you. So get ready to enjoy that. Yes, I told you I wouldn't be normally over here. You guys think the mission stopped? Nah, it's on Patreon I'm talking. But I just come to stop in here, and I'm going to have uploads for my people here. I'm working on it. It was an X setup. There's a lot of different things. Oh, I don't want to miss this part. Oh, by the way, I'll get back to you, Queen and Chris. Shout out to them. But let me talk about this. There's things that I'm hearing about different people who aren't who you think they are. This gets shaky, baby. It's shaky, baby. It's shaky. Like, I mean, twerking on the pole in the strip club shaky. Yes. People are shaky. And it makes sense why people were acting how they were. Oh, y'all shaky, baby. I'm going to say this now. If you're shaky, hold yourself. Backpedal and act like this wasn't here. If you're shaky. Oh, some people are shaky. Oh, man. You're that shaky? Huh? And you thought you can bring some presents? You can be like, oh, I'm me. No, you're shaky. Your character's shaky. Your motives are shaky. Ooh, be careful. We got the info. Be careful. Woo! It's right there shaky. That's the thing. That's the question. Questions like that. How does Boatwright know the uncle? Big question. How does Boatwright know anyone? Let's presume he's from the area where he's at, claiming. How does he know someone? Was one of these dudes a player and crushing a lot in different sections and happened to run into someone they knew? Tell me that's not. Was he smashing something? And that somebody got him involved for their own selfish motives? Did someone play their player card to pull him in? Did someone know his work? Because I looked up his history. A history of robberies. You don't find it. Not with him. Now, there are other suspects who've stolen things, but he wasn't really doing that much. Yet, I'm supposed to believe he escalated from baggies on the block to him straight going after people, and he wasn't retrieving merchandise. It doesn't match up. It's shaky, baby. It's shaky. Yet we have characters that are convoluted down when they are of that caliber and nothing's being said to them. He's a simp and he got dragged, but listen, the key word simp. Who turned him to a simp? Now we know that it wasn't money that turned him to a simp. It was opportunity. It was motives. If he was really friends with someone, would he have truly acted on it for the chump change to split a few dollars? Were they hurting that bad? Maybe. But that's where we get to. It's shaky, baby. Who got the biggest win of them all? I'll let you guys think about it. Who got the biggest win of everybody? That's where it gets shaky. That's where it gets shaky. Who got the biggest win? No. Let's backpedal a little bit. Why would someone come for videos that I'm mentioning if it wasn't true? Did that ever make you think? Why would they take time out to say, oh, I don't like that video? There's a lot of videos. Research certain names. There's a lot of videos coming at certain people. But you came at my videos. You're shaky, baby. Oh. Better yet, why was I able to call your moves before you made them? Did you ever think of that? You see, it gets a little deeper. Because these people are like, oh, he's an agent. He's an agent. Let's play what if. I'm in the building. Let's play the game of what if. What if the person you're referring to as an agent is way more than that? What if I'm beyond that? Something you can't fathom. I'm me. But in the end, if you presume I am this agent you speak of, my title and anything surrounding it, you could never know. Let's get a bit deeper. If this is the agent that you speak of, concerning everyone around you, would I not have prior knowledge of what you're all doing with yourselves? What you did last summer, what you did the year before, what you're doing now? Would I not? What you do to make a living? Would I not know? Oh, he's about to get deeper. Oh, if you presume I am this agent you speak of, why is it that he speaks to you like this if he doesn't have the ammunition necessary to speak to you like this? Oh, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. What do I talk about? Critical thinking. Have you ever thought that social media in general, has become the breaking platform that seems to see everything and say nothing in terms of what is true or what is false? Yet you have the presence of someone like me that attacks you at every angle enough to ruffle your feathers, excuse me, in my accent, in a way where you don't know what's next. You didn't presume I would speak about stuff. You don't have a clue where I'm going with the next series. You couldn't even guess it. So if you're to say, we know he's an agent, the question is, what type would I be? There's multiple types of agents. Remember, I'm the guy who told you how the cops were going to move to catch the dude. Remember, I told you that. So if I'm an agent, why would I give information to a suspect? That doesn't make sense. You can't make any sense out of that. No, how would I be allowed? Why would my manager, my boss, my superior allow me to do that? I would have been pulled off the case, right? He wouldn't allow me to stay on the case when I'm giving pertinent information on how to move to a suspect. Matter of fact, that's grounds for suspension. You couldn't do that. So the next question hired him to be in place. Who desired him to speak how he spoke on it? That's where your fear should set in right there. And if it doesn't, then you're an idiot, or you're someone who has no clue about how this world works, about anything behind the scenes, about nothing concerning anything, about anything, if you don't feel fear at that moment. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm only going to say it once. Those who play the game will always play it to win. But those who play it to the detriment of others in order to win will always find consequence in their conclusion. Oh, I can't say it again. I'm never going to mention that again. I dropped jewels on these guys. I dropped jewels on y'all. Are you stupid? The people, think about who I mentioned. Mr. We the Army. Yo, a Fed situation with you, it would be light work. That's light work, my guy. That's light work. Talking about Feds, that's light work. It's so much more than that. The oaths you've taken require of you, son. The oaths you've taken to see the detriment of others, the setups you made, the missing people, it all requires of you, sir. All of it. The very power that made you. It says, where's my due? I hear the voices, you don't hear them, obviously. There are some of us who live to help others. You've never lived to help no one. You've gotten something out of it every time. Whether it was protection or association. Oh, I'm affiliated with these guys. What's up? We know. We know. They allowed it. They told me. We know. See, don't let it go over your head. Don't let it. Come on, stick with me. So, if I'm to presume that you do to the detriment of others, I'm also to presume you want nothing taken from you. Oh, the little baby's crying. Hold on. I have fun riding with this because I've actually partially completed it. 2 months over completed it. And I can rub that in their face. I love it. You'll learn that you don't need the liquid to get drunk once you learn to get drunk off of life. That liquid. The same liquid opposed to that of which you feed to the women around you. And you know what I'm talking about. Oh man. You learn from the art of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Oh my goodness. These guys, they never seem to pick up the guys who are really doing the stuff, do they? They never seem. And let me tell you something. I had everybody's records side by side like a collage. All of you. Everybody. I didn't leave not one of you out. I have your records side by side like a collage. I got that pool. Oh, I know what you did last summer. You can look at mine. That's fine. But I got all of yours. Every last one of yours. Like a book. I could read it like that book you don't read to the end to see the consequence of the spells you call on. Ooh. Woo! And let me tell you something very important. Something very interesting. There are a few of you within the circle that aren't true. How can I tell? Well, how does everyone else have some type of record, but you have nothing? So we're to say you never snitched? Oh, and TheCzarr can't find your arresting officers. Even if it's expunged and make them speak, I can't do that. There's not one of you that ever have told, that never got leeway, that never got a break. Now let me be real. Let me be clear. It's different when you're subpoenaed because you don't have a choice. It's another thing if you're facing something, you're involved in the same crime, but you get a pass. How is that? That's where my anger's at right now. How do you get a pass? Yet they're up here still doing the most. Still flexing the most, saying, oh, I'm this. And you never told. Now, I'm your normal everyday guy. I ain't never told. But you're out here bragging about it. And they don't know you did, do they? Very funny. They don't know you make best friends with the enemy, do they? Well, let me give an added touch, a splash of reality. If you did it, you did it. And here's the thing about this system. It doesn't matter how expunged your record gets. It can always be found. Bottom line. Some of these people are not who they say they are, guys. Not at all. We seen X facing case after case. That's public. Who else was facing cases sliding through? So one person I found I didn't even find, I maybe found a speeding ticket. Maybe. I'm not quite sure what it is. And I'm supposed to believe you're doing all this dirt. And all you had was a speeding ticket. Oh, and don't come with that. Let me tell you something. Don't come with that. Oh, if you do it a certain way, you could get away with it. Don't try it. Because TheCzarr has done that. And more. And I can tell you, it always catches up to you one way or another. So something's going to get you arrested. I can tell you that. And I know you ain't do it like me, because you ride around in groups. I need a bunch of guys around me. Let me ask you guys, you ever thought that was suspect? How guys claim to be hard, but they need 10 or 12 other men around them? Y'all never thought that was suspect? Ever? Y'all never said, that's weird. If this person is that crazy, that much of a lunatic, you're not doing it all alone? I mean, in the words of a wise man, considering that you do that, You would lower the number of people around you because there'd be somebody you suspect is setting you up in the first place, right? That's how a criminal thinks, right? That's the criminology, right? Or are you truly a criminal? I mean, do I have to spell out what being a criminal is to you? You're not riding around in groups because you know if something goes down, that's one more person you can't trust to tell on you. Facts. I can't break it that guys that need a group to ride around. They're not security detail where they're legally able to pull the piece. They're no type of backing that is legally binding to you financially. You do it off of clout and connection that this person's loyalty is with the gang. Gang. But have you ever thought to yourself, in situations you got bagged, that there was someone that wised up and said, I'm not going down for this lame, this bum, this punk. Why am I going down for them? They're not part of my family. They're just my boys. There's not one person around that ever thought that way. And on that note, I'm off it. Because one thing I come to realize, dummies are dummies. If they're going to be in cuffs, they're going to be in cuffs. If they're going to go down for their homeboy, home slice, they're going to go down for him. If they're going to go down for some sideways family member who loves his panties and bra, they're going down for him. Suckers. That's what we call you. That's worldwide. That's worldwide. Suckers. That's what we call you. That's what we call you. Oh, we're not talking about no orientation. Don't get it screwed up. We're talking about people that walk around with their chest out when they really wish it had breast on it. When they're walking around demeaning others. Lifestyle. But they take to the lifestyle, oh, I'm G'd up. Oh, I did this. You ain't never do it alone, dummy. And if you did, tell me you ain't make no deal with the law. A corrupt one. A dirty one. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because y'all know. See, I get you guys know I talk like this. But they know what's up. When I speak like this, they go, oh, shoot. What is it he has? Because they know. You know I do, dummy. Oh, you know. TheCzarr, you know what it is. Stop playing with me. So when I say stop playing with me, that's all of you. Leave me alone. Go ahead with what you're doing. We know you. So don't try and mean mug, look tough, look strong. You're weak. And we know. My agent's feet bit on the floor before the series. Are you stupid? No, my Queen's flip voice. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? We've been had ears to where they needed to be. We've been had recollection, messages, knowing who was moving funny. And the setup of this innocent young man. Y'all like he's innocent, he did his dirt. Who are you to judge? That's why we're on your heels. Who are you to judge? Let's look at your lifestyle. Let's look at what you do behind the scenes. Who you sold out. Who you endangered. Who you preyed on. The plots you've been involved in. Let's get to there. Then let's see who's throwing the last stone. Stop it. What's wrong with these guys? I'm telling you, the more I read, the more I look into it, what is wrong with you guys? You think that's authentic? What, because you pull a piece, I wet someone up before and I ran. You think that makes you hard? You ain't been 1 verse 20, handling 20 guys by yourself. You ever do that? That's not even hard. What's hard is being a man about your business. accepting what it is you've done and realizing you're no better than the next man. But your actions show your character. And if you're old, like I mean 45 plus, and you don't know that, the Mossberg is waiting for you. If you first only understood by me speaking, the Mossberg's on you. Put it in your mouth. In the words of a wise man, put it in your mouth. Never mind. Never mind. You know what? Just never mind. Some of these guys, like, if you read and seen the things I seen, you would be way more hyper than me. You'll turn up. That's what you'd be saying. And I'm supposed to believe these guys are respectable? Let me say this. If something shocking, told you so. I'm going to repeat that. If something shocking happens dealing with one of these guys in this situation, I am not going to be shocked. Because you wanted everybody else's life to suffer around you but yours. You wanted the loss, the fall of everybody except you. And you didn't care. You never cared. You never cared. Oh, you'd give up a woman. Let her suffer because of your mistake up front. There's situations, but the ones I'm talking about, guys, they're just that. It's not like, oh, well, I did that because of this. No, this is straight sucker movements. How can you be, let's say you're even young, who raised you? If some of you say it was only a woman that ever attempted to raise you, I'd say understood. Seriously, I'm not trying to, that's a fact. I'd understand because there's nothing manly about you. They think, oh, violence is manly, but they're doing sucker stuff. I ain't never had to exert force against a female in order to show that I'm a force to be reckoned with. Like, I ain't never had to call up another man to stand my ground against an enemy. Never. Are you can't even, you guys being in my presence, you'll melt. You'll melt. I'm sorry, you'll melt. You are gonna melt. It's just too much for you. Because we ain't never learned that. We ain't never learned. Look at Philly. Does that look like how everyone moves? I'm not talking about the criminals. I'm talking about the upstanding businessmen. Do we look like we move like that? Never have. Really? You just seen them take a stance against law. Some of you are scared of the law. Scared of the law. But you want to hit a woman. Y'all scared of the law. You fear the law. But you don't fear someone, oh, I'm going to hit a woman, I'm going to run. You scared of the law. You sucker. You shady, bum, duck face, duck lip, poker face making sucker. You're scared of the law. Yet you want to put hands on a civilian. I never understood that. I never got it. I never got that. It's never resonated with me. When you see the law, you run like the Flash. But civilians like, I'm going to get my boys. Stand your ground on your sucker mentality. Swords sharpened on a woman can never be the same blade held against a man. Period. That's to all the males. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're like, well, I do this, I did. I don't care how you got busy. A sword held against a woman is never the same against a man. I'm sorry. What's wrong with these guys? Who raised you? If you've seen what I've seen, you guys, all you guys. Hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me backtrack. I'm sorry, guys. You know I go into my commentary. Who called the suspects? Well, at the least, you can see the characters that I explained around your answer. I'm done. I'm off it. There you go. See, everything's for a purpose. You just got to learn to understand it. You just got to learn to read between the lines. You know how I rock. Your favorite rappers' time. Your favorite movie stars' time. Your favorite celebrities' time. Your favorite moguls' time. Your favorites' time. We die and we age like fine wine. Oh, and don't forget, we work hard on the grind to get what we deserve and how we shine. All rights reserved. You heard?